I joined the 78th Flare Squadron in October 1943 in Haleiwa. And my first death of a squadron mate occurred when Bill Sutherland died in mid-air collision with Howard Edmonds. Edmonds died 4 months later when he flew a P-47 into the side of the mountain. Ed Green died. Ed Green from Massachusetts died. When he got into a flat spin in a P-47, he couldn't pull out. We transferred to P-51s, and I was standing on the field at Bellows, watching 16 airplanes do aerobatics above me when a young sailor asked me, "Do you know about the first?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "Do you know where he is?" I said, "Yes. He's the last man in that 16-ship formation doing a loop." And as I said that, the 16th airplane exploded, and little pieces of aluminum shined in the sun, and we watched Bob Ferris disappear. John Linder buzzed Bellows Field a week or two later, 400 miles an hour, pulled up. It was uncoordinated, and the wings came off the P-47, the P-51s we all watched. On March 7, 1945, we landed on Iwo Jima, a little dirt strip at the foot of Mount Suribachi, and we strafed for the Marines for 30 days. They loved us, and we loved them. Semper Fi to all of the Marines. On April 7th, we flew the first 8-hour long-range mission ever flown over Japan, escorting B-29s. I flew on that mission. The next mission, on April 12th, Steve White was hit and he was losing his fuel, and he bailed out. And his chute never opened, and Jim Tapp, our squadron commander, followed him down into the sea. Then Williams was killed, and then Whiteman, and then Reitman, and then Whalen all disappeared. We had a little island that was strafed called Chichijima, and Lee Barguer in the 78th, pulling out of a strafing room, and the Japanese exploded a bomb underneath his airplane, and he exploded and was gone. And Dick Schroeder was following me down. I was leading 8 airplanes in a strafing room, and he got hit, bailed out, made it to the sea, swam out to sea. We called for a gunboat. The B-17 dropped a lifeboat to him. He got in, and then he was killed by mortar fire from the Japanese. On May 30th, Memorial Day, 1945, I shot down a Zero, overtook him. Danny Mathis from Augusta, Georgia, North Augusta, South Carolina, was on my wing. When we got back to Iwo Jima, our film showed that both of us had hit that Zero, and we got a credit for a half each. I had a toothache, and 4 wisdom teeth were pulled. And Danny Mathis was given my shot, leading a flight to Osaka. An hour after they took off from Iwo Jima, they entered a cloud, a storm. 27 P-51s went down in that storm, and 24 Americans were killed in a mid-air collision. Danny Mathis was one of them in 78, and Jack Nelson was another. On 8th of July 1945, I was flying on a mission over Tokyo, and Al Sharon called me. Al was a classmate of mine. I'm hit, and I can't see. And he was killed. And Pudgy Carr, my roommate, was killed. And then on the 13th of August, after the 2 atomic bombs, we were told we had to fly another mission. And I was a captain, and a young second lieutenant came up to me who was assigned to be my wingman. His name was Phil Schomburg. He was 19 years old, from Brooklyn, New York. And he said, "Captain, if I fly, I'm not coming back." And I said, "Don't fly. Let's go to see Doc Lewis." He said, "No, I'm going to go." I said, "Stick close to me. Stay on my wing. Nothing is going to happen because the war is going to be over. And they're going to broadcast the code word Ohio while while we're flying to Tokyo. They never broadcast that code word. And Danny and Phil and I went down and strafed airfields near Tokyo. When somebody called in that they had 90 gallons of gasoline left, we all had to leave to go back because we needed 90 gallons to go back to Iwo Jima. 90 gallons was called, and Phil was on my wing. And we headed out to the B-29 that was going to navigate us back, and I entered the cloud. And when I came out of the cloud, Phil Schomburg was gone. Nobody heard him, nobody saw anything. When we got back to Iwo Jima, we found out that the war had been over for 3 hours. And Phil must have been the last man killed in a fighter mission over Japan. I speak to you today, to the young people, so that my hopes and my dreams for you is that when you're 85 years old, as I am, you will not have the memories that I have had for the past 65 years. I hope that we and you can find a way for all of us to live in unity with all of humanity and in harmony with all of nature, and so that we can live in peace. On the 20th of June, 1945, 23 young Americans were killed in a mid-air collision of two B-29s over Shizuoka, Japan. The 23 Americans were buried by a Japanese man, Fukamatsu Ito, and he created a monument for them and holds a ceremony on the Saturday closest to June 20th every year. One of the young men was named Newton Tao. He was from Portland, Maine. He was 22 years old. He was married, had 2 children. His daughter Lizzie was 3 years old, and his son Newton Jr. was 1. His mother and father didn't find out for months that he was gone. And when they found out, his mother wrote this poem. I hope I can read it to you. It says, "Dear brave little service flag, so long you have been true, keeping your daily vigil with your bright little star of blue. Today I will put you away, someplace where you will never be lost, for future generations to cherish, may they never know the cost. Our firstborn will never return, little service flag. He dwells with the knights of old, and in my mother's sorrowing heart, your blue star has turned to gold. You did your part, little service flag, and now you have earned your rest. He left, unafraid to battle, for my son was one of the best. Wherever he fell, little service flag, the Pacific blue water on Oriental side, we know his brave young soul is safe, in peace, at home with God. Mother, thank you very much.